Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato. His name is Rhapsody. We are here. It's Slipways. It's been such a long time, Rhapsody. I'm looking forward to playing some Slipways with you.
Oh, it has
How's it
been
going?
far too long, friend. It's really good, and to be entirely honest, a large amount of why it's good is off of the back of the reunion of the Rap
That's
Tatum.
right. The dream team are back in action. That's right. We're gonna be slipping through spaceways together. It's gonna be fantastic. So to quantify all of what we're doing here today, how much of this game have you played?
I read through the tutorial, which took me about 20 minutes. The tutorial is not long or complicated. The game is incredibly intuitive. You'll get the rules as we play it. Do not worry. We will explain our moves, and honestly, it's so easy to get. But after the 20 minutes of reading that, I played a single run that was about 40 minutes, but it was spaced over the course of 3 hours because I just kept coming back, attending to a turn, going away, doing something else, coming back. So about one run. I've completed one run of the game.
Interesting. Okay. All right. That's good. I feel like that's a perfect place. A perfect place. So we can jump into standard run. We only have standard run available at the moment. There's going to be more stuff coming later on. So the first stage of proceedings is the council selection. So we have the ability to select 3 council members here, which I guess is going to determine the direction that the run takes, the overarching direction, but not the specifics of the run. I mean, do you know much about the council members, or do you want me to go into a little bit of detail here?
I'd love you to go into detail, regardless of whether or not I know anything about them. There are people that may want to know.
All right, so we have the Bakar, who have a focus on mining, energy, and brute force. And if I select them, you can actually see that they have specific research technologies, which are exclusive to this race. Which, for geothermals, for example, we'll talk about this later on. But they also have perks, and we're able to select 3 races. This is kind of important because the race will determine what tech you're able to tech into and how that impacts the game. I don't know. We'll just do 3 random. I feel like if we go for random, then it'll give us something to hone in on once we've developed a sort of hardcore strategy on how we tackle the game.
Love it. There's actually the random button at the bottom there. The 3 question marks will give us a random set of not just people, but also their perks.
There we go. Okay. What do we got here? Prospectors, 15% of empty signals become asteroids, increases value of asteroids exploited by 30%, and also reduces structure building costs by 30%. And we have got, I don't know, these three people, the Bakar, the Denar, and the Slithin or whatever. All right, let's jump into the game.
It's not too important to know that right now. Do not worry.
Yeah, it's actually completely irrelevant in the early stages of the game anyway. Okay, so a couple of things to note straight off the bat. Health or happiness is very important. If it drops below 50%, I don't know why 50% is like the trigger number, but apparently 50% is game over. You lose. You're booted out of office. We got science up here. We got cash, and then we got the date and time up in the right-hand corner, and that's pretty much it. Like, that's pretty much all you need to know in order to get started with this game. It's ludicrously simple. It's actually disgusting how simple it is.
The turn system is that certain actions that we attempt to take, as you can see, Orbital is going to try and put a drone somewhere that is going to scan some of these planets. You can see the cost of it was 3 as well as 1 month. It skips forward the month counter on the very top, and effectively a turn is like a year. After the year goes through, you'll get all of your income, everything will produce, then you'll have the ability to continue moving on with the extra resources you've earned.
I don't know. The game is just so intuitive. It really is incredible. So, I mean, at its core, this game is all about colonizing planets, right? It's all about sticking some sort of process on some sort of planet. Each and every planet has got a different set of processes that can be extracted and produced. And crucially, it also needs resources to be supplied. So, for example, if we wanted to build the bots factory here, then we would need to supply the bots factory with ore, and we would get robots. So I think, like, a good general rule of thumb, if you're playing the game, is to try and do the scans as early as you possibly can. Right? This is a little advanced tip here. But if we do the scans first, then that means that we can rewind time, because this is a game that is really, really confident in the way that it delivers the play style, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like it is so confident in how deep the strategy is that it allows for like rewinding of time. But crucially, it only allows rewinding of time for actions that are taken that do not explore additional planets. So if you send a probe out, then you're not able to rewind time because you get brand new intel. So I feel like this is, if I just do one more probe over here. All right, this is like the entirety of the starting area that we have exposed here. We've got it all discovered. We got a huge number of planets. Uh, yeah, this is where we are.
Mhm.
What do you think? What do you think the first action should be? Do you have any suggestions?
Well, I saw that we've got the planet to the north is the tech world, right? The Forge world. So that
Yep.
has the ability
Yep.
to generate from ore into robots, and then we've got the jungle planet to our direct left, which has the ability to turn robots into something else. Yeah, into wheat. So what we're going to be looking for is some chain process where the inputs and outputs will effectively equal-ish one another, such that everyone is delivering the output of their planet and receiving the input of their planet. If they're not able to receive the input, they will contribute to our unhappiness, and then we'll be pretty sad about it.
So look, we can demonstrate it, right? Because we can literally just rewind time if needed. Okay, so let's do what you said. Let's get a jungle farm there. So the important thing is that whenever you establish a colony on a planet, you immediately get the resource. So you get robots as a first port of call, and then you create a slipway between the planets. Boom, and that satisfies the demand for robots on the wheat world. And that's basically it. And it's just about chaining planets together. And bada bim, bada boom.
That slipway, by the way, is both ways. So you can have a planet that gives a resource it puts out into another planet, which then takes that resource and turns it into the planet that the first one needed. So you can end up with these really, really good chains like that.
And you can actually get upgrades to your slipways as well. I mean, this is all going to come later on, but you can get upgrades to your slipways, and you can get insanely exciting slipways. It's very cool. Okay. Sorry, go for it.
A couple things that I wanted to check, because you have a mineral planet that is near that tech world planet. You could use that to take a human and turn the human into ore, feeding that into the robot, and then the robot into the wheat. The only question I have is the Earth-like planet that's to our kind of like southwestern quadrant. Yes. Yeah. We can turn wheat into humans. We have a chain. All of those will chain and fulfill each other's resources.
A couple of things to consider. And this is like, I guess, how I frame the game. Not necessarily correctly, but it's the way that I frame it. I frame it in terms of the number of colonies that you can get. And by colonies, I specifically mean specific planets that consume wheat and computer chips in order to output humans. The reason why I think it's important to frame the game around colonies is because when you get, in fact, we can actually see if I create a colony here and then I zoom in and I go into the left, you can see what is required in order to take the colony up to level 2 and 3. What it requires is goods, and goods very specifically can only be made on Forge worlds. So I guess there's like a 1-2 combo to be had there, where you sort of build around colonies and Forge worlds. Because there's a very limited number of Forge worlds. There's a slightly more numerous pool of planets that can create colonies. But I guess you probably want to build around the Forge world so that you can send goods to the developed colonies. If that makes sense.
There is the possibility of invalidating that with, like, we may have one. In fact, I do believe we do have one of the races that allows us to build with later technology, just straight up energy, which will just be accepted by anything as any resource.
That's very true. Okay, so you know what? Why don't we do for exemplar purposes? We'll do the humans into ore here. We'll get
the humans into ore on the Forge world. The Forge world is ore into robots to the jungle. The jungle is robots into wheat to the Earth-like planet. The Earth-like planet is wheat into humans.
All right. There we go. Earth-like planet, hive world. Yep. And it's obstructed at the moment, but that's okay. We can exploit the asteroid. We get a little bit of extra cash because we've got the Bakar here, I think it is.
Yes, the more planets that asteroid is adjacent to that we own when it's exploited, the more money we'll get from it.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice way to boost cash early on. So we could pick up another couple of asteroids right now, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, we don't have to.
All right, before I make this connection, which is absolutely something that I can do, and that will ensure that the entirety of our system is connected, we should probably define what sort of route this run is going to go down. And these are just missions that allow you to increase. I think it's called esteem with any given class.
Yep.
What do you think? We got a couple of missions here. Who do we want to favor?
Bakar is the easiest to do here, right?
Yeah,
And it also
yeah.
gives us the least resources in return.
Yep.
The other two, what are the other two in terms of their races? I know Dendra is like restoration, life, and nature?
It's a great question. The Slithid are robots. The Slithids revolve around robots for sure.
So that's Forge World interactions are going to be important for that. We have two
Correct.
Forge Worlds really near our base. Like, they are both pretty close by. In fact, that second Forge World can be used to make the goods to charge the Earth-like planet. We could...
Yeah.
Ooh. I think
into goods.
I think robots should be one of the things that we make, definitely.
Okay, so
As
you
in
want
one
to
of those
prioritize
missions, yes.
robots. Okay, get one Forge World planet to successful. Oh yeah, the success mechanics and the income mechanics, I guess, are also something that we should talk about, but it's not really super important, I guess, at this stage.
Yeah.
Okay, I think. What do you think about the Dendar and the Slithid?
Let's do it.
It's difficult, but it's achievable for sure.
Those are the two I prefer. Oh, in case anyone is wondering
let's-
about win state as well, at the end of 25 years, the game is over, and then you get a score.
This is our score at the moment, and it's just a case of it's actually a really, really interesting scoring system. So it works on how established your planets are, and then how much esteem you have with your council members, and then the size of your empire, and that is all multiplied together by how much happiness you have. So you could have like a massive sprawling empire, but it's super unhappy, and unhappiness, by the way, is caused by unfulfillment of basic needs being met. So you could have like a massive empire that's super unhappy and have a trash score, which I just think is a really good incentive to try and, have a tight, closed loop sort of system where you're supplying all of the needs.
Exactly.
All right, I'll make this.
Couldn't agree more.
I'll make this connection here. It's December, so the year's about to end.
So,
and yeah.
One thing I'll quickly point out is, as he made that connection, you can see there is now another unmet need there, as well as another resource that it's putting out. This is because the planet went from level 1 to level 2 as it's increasing its establishment by meeting the requirements that are at the very bottom there. The level 1 is fledgling, level 2, struggling, what's it called? It's like having a rough time. Level 2 is just fine. It's equitable. I can't remember its name either. And
Established.
Then established. There we go. And then there's successful, and then there's the top one, which I cannot remember the name of for the life of me. It's like a Paragon City or some such.
It's prosperous. We're going to refer to it as Pogsperous.
Pogsperous, perfect.
Pogsperous, yeah. Okay, I think So we'll go Goods Factory here, and then we'll make this connection.
Love it.
Because now we have extra ore to go around, and boom, we supply the goods that are required to Bulichov 7.
The 7th. It's worth noting, you can see the requirements down there in the bottom corner, the one that I mentioned before, for becoming successful. And one of our things is just, it's make a Forge World successful, not an Earth-like planet successful. We can still make it successful and be pretty happy about it, though. That's a good impact on our other resources. Yeah,
it has an effect on trading income, which is I mean what we want. We have a yearly income at the moment of $28 bucks, and increasing that to the point of ridiculousness is obviously kind of important. So we want to think about how we do that. I mean, it looks like almost everything that has been exploited from the initial exploration has been done. I wonder if there's anything else.
Can you check out the ocean planet you just checked again?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's got an input of humans to make water. We have free humans nearby from the Earth-like planet. We also have excess wheat from the planet to the north. So we have a couple different things we can try and do with that.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point. I'm not sure how useful it is going to be trying to pump wheat out from around here. I don't think that there's going to be, unless we want to create a colony here. Unless we want to create a colony on this ocean world.
We've got a surplus of people in that area, so unless we were,
Right.
and this is a mechanic I'll take a second to introduce, unless we were going to be building a lot of labs there that are going to research projects in order to give science points. I know I'm introducing a lot of new concepts. Each of them individually just layers atop the previous one. It is going to be fine. You'll understand it as well as I did. Literally, it's so quick.
Yeah, it's very simple.
I would have been more excited if the wheat returned a food, so that would go back to the original planet and the slipstream would be feeding both ways. I'm not super enthused about that at the moment. Do you want to check out... Oh, no, wait. You don't want to check out the planet so that we have the ability to still rewind, right?
I mean, I to be honest, I think that this is a pretty robust connection. It's a pretty robust system of connections that we've got. I feel like another round of exploration is probably in order.
I love it.
So, I think, yeah. All right.
Good placement.
Boop. Yeah, so you need... It's actually, like, I think that it depends on how much the circle expands, because it can reach extra planets if you just wait for it to get there.
Oh, fiber. Ooh.
That's right.
This feels good.
And
just
boop. All right. Okay.
What's your MMR that's about Overwatch again? Damn, look at this guy with the accuracy here.
That's right. That's right. Next stop, CS:GO Pro. That's me.
You were trying to think of a current FPS competitive game?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's hard, right? I was thinking of that the other day. Like Apex Legends? No, I think that fell off hard. I know it's still got like a community playing it, but I don't think it has a professional community of any particular large import.
I don't think so. Fortnite Pro? Is that a thing?
That's like it's weird. Fortnite to me is an esport is weird.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be judgmental,
strange.
but like it's a very individualistic game.
Yeah.
I say to someone who is currently doing it, or rather had recently recorded a duo series on the game.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't serious, though. I mean,
Sorry,
that was,
definitely not Fortnite. My apologies.
Definitely not Fortnite, exactly. I've never played Fortnite in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I really like the idea of building this planet out to be successful.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting concept, right? Because we are at the moment saying, okay, hey, we've got this excess of humans that we need to move somewhere in order to make this planet successful. But by building a water export on an ocean planet, that basically means that we are screwing the future prospects of the ocean planet in order to jump up the current prospects of the human production planet, so to speak. I think we go for it though. You know what? I think. Oh, look at that!
Bold,
spicy. I think this is fine. We just need to find somewhere that water is going to be useful. I'm just not convinced that there is anywhere.
Exactly. That's my next thing. Yeah. Like, can we find where water is useful? What we could actually do in the interim, with all of that, is we could build a lab in between those two to the north of the slipstream you just put down. I'll just quickly also mention slipstreams can't cross one another, so the reason this is set up like this, it kind of locks us in a little bit until much later on when we have the ability to build, portals through them effectively. But if you build a lab there, we can take the extra human from the homeworld, we can take all 3 water from the ocean planet, and we can start researching water.
Yes. Okay. The thing about that, there's a couple of things to note about labs. First of all, the thing that really irritates me is that they consume every single resource that can be produced, with the exception of food, which just is a point of note that I have fallen foul of multiple times. The second thing is that we can stick it down, but each and every lab that you place down will have diminishing returns. So when you place a lab, you got to make sure that it's in a really, really good place. And I would suggest that this lab is not in the best place that it could be. And the reason being is that at the moment, the lab only has 1 source of water and 1 source of humans. And the thing is, even though there is 3 water spare, it actually only consumes 1 water, so it needs multiple connections of water from multiple different planets.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, I thought I was being tricky here and being able to get all 3 from the same planet, but no, you're right.
That being said, though, there's a primordial planet down here with water extraction. So if we rewind time a little bit, and then maybe do something like this, and then yoink
you're a genius.
right in the middle, that suddenly is 3 science as opposed to the 1 that we were looking at.
Beautiful. Well done.
I'm just thinking there might even be if there was like another human planet around here, that would be excellent. But I mean, I've asked for it, so it's definitely not going to happen anymore. But,
What's to the right of that mineral planet?
this one here, the remnant world.
That's not going to help us make people.
It's weird actually. I feel like the remnant world is. I feel like I actually underrate it a lot because there's a very limited number of ways in this game that you can make chips. You can make them on Forge Worlds. You can make a lot of chips on Forge Worlds with robots. But I think that the only other place that you can make them is on Remnant World. Same with robots actually. Robots are also kind of fairly limited in how they operate. But there we go. It's worth noting, by the way, that since we've bumped this planet up to successful, in order to take it to the next level of prosperous, it has to trade with 3 other planets that are already successful, which is ambitious, but actually totally doable. And we also have to bump up this Forge World, or this Forge World actually, to successful in order to fulfill a mission anyway. So there's a route here. There's definitely a route through this.
Should we start it by finding a microchip to feed into one of those Forge Worlds?
That's probably a great idea. I mean, that's a remnant world over here.
Oh, that is actually long enough. Yeah. Where would it get its human from? Can you check the planets around it?
That's a great question. That's a colony over there.
It's a colony.
It's a colony over there. But we will be outputting chips here.
Oh, you're right. So if it's connected there, we can actually do the 2-way transfer.
Correct. Exactly. So let's do that. We'll do recycling operation here. It always really sucks to found a colony just at the end of the year, because if you found a colony as the last action in any given year, then you will just take that happiness penalty anyway. So you know what? I'm actually gonna just be kind of sensible about this and see if we can maybe do like one tiny little.
Oh.
No, he's fluffed it. He's fluffed it.
That's okay. Send one more out. There's those two.
All right, there we go. It's I don't know. It's just good practice to found at the start of the year. It's I don't think it makes that much of a difference, but I guess it's just one of these things.
No, right. I definitely appreciate it.
That's the 2-way connection that you were speaking about right there. That's half of the needs for the colony fulfilled, which is kind of exciting. And we get an extra chip to go around, which gets yoinked right into there. And, oh, dude, this is so perfect because the goods will eventually snake up to this colony over here once it gets all its basic requirements.
Yep.
That's actually...
Oh,
wow, that's so legit.
There's a source where we can get our wheat from, but it's very expensive.
Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, that's it. That's got to be it.
That can attach to the other Forge World as well. That can take the extra robot.
That's
Hell yeah!
Look at that. There we go. Oh man, it's when these like these plans come together, it just feels so satisfying. You know, in such a major way. I was thinking like there might be some way to make a connection to use the extra ore, but we're actually using all of the ore here. Unless we supply with extra water, then there's no way that we can...
And we have no water access in there, and we've locked that in with a bunch of slipways. So if we want to get water access in there, it's going to take a lot.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But we
have somewhere to siphon the water from. So if we get the ability... Actually, could you look at our tech?
Yeah, I sure can. Right here.
So do we have anything that would give us a little bit more information about how we're going to feed water?
So there's a couple of like late game techs which modify the way in which the slipstreams work. Specifically, Slipstream Relay, which unlocks slip relays, lets you connect planets that you cannot reach directly with a slipway. That's pretty good in terms of manipulation of slipways, but that won't actually fix our water problem because we're still constrained by all of the slipways around here. I'm just trying to think of something else that would do it. I don't know. I mean, the techs are really, really powerful. I feel like this is the area of my understanding that has not reached, anywhere close to complete, because there is so much power in this tech tree. It's worth noting that we can only invent 2 level 1 technologies. So these are the level 1 techs, these are level 2 techs, these are level 3 techs. We can only get 2 level 1 technologies. I think it's 3 level 2
So
and then something like that. Yeah.
we've already got an income, right? We've got
Yep.
6. We could start buying things, but if we can only get 2 level 1 techs, we may want to decide which ones we're going to get and start building around that, right? Expanding to the right planets, leaving the right planets open.
Yep. I think that's totally fair. I mean, bacterial seeding is really strong. Basically turns turns a lava planet, which is this type, which we can do absolutely diddly with at the moment. It will turn that into a useful planet, which is exciting.
Sure, but what's the swamp? What's that give?
The swamp gives. I tell you what. Let me find a swamp planet as an example. Swamp planet's actually pretty good.
Ooh.
I rate swamp planets. Colonies, which would be kind of nice. I tell you what, a colony on this lava planet would be kind of nice because we could feed it with the wheat from this planet over yonder. But
where would we get the micro? Well, actually, the microchip. There's a friggin' artifact world. Yeah,
remnant world. That's a great shout. But again, I mean, do we want to commit ourselves to bacterial seeding this early on?
Let's have a look at some of the other options.
Freeze-resistant bots unlocks permafrost melting on ice ball planets. I don't think that we've really, and I like and farm on ice ball planets as well. I don't think that we've really gone down the route of. I don't think we've done anything with an ice ball planet, have we?
No, nothing at
There's
all.
Not many.
I mean, we can't
not
do
many
anything with them
around
at the moment.
Yeah. I think there's only one here, so I guess that's a less attractive option just based on how many we can see. Geothermals unlocks geothermal plant on lava and mineral planets, which is computer chips into energy. Energy is insanely exciting. I actually like energy a lot.
Yes.
Such a nice concept. And then we've got gravitic mining increases the value of exploited asteroids. I'm going to say that that's absolutely not worth.
Yeah, hard
immediately.
veto.
Yeah, hard veto on that. Asteroid dwellings unlocks habitats, wheat into humans on asteroids as well. Again,
if we hadn't destroyed asteroids, like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. And then we've got mass lensing, unlocks the lensify action on asteroids, converts all mass of this planet or asteroid into a slipstream relay. That's insanely cool, actually. I like that a lot.
Do you want to go bacterial seeding and mass lensing? Or do we want to
really
leave geothermals in?
I like the idea of geothermals. I feel like bacterial seeding is a yes. I mean, the way that it can change the game is huge. So I think initially we take that, and then we either choose geothermals or mass lensing when we have more science in the future.
Sounds good.
Also, just realized, if we turn this planet down here into a swamp, or this planet down here into a swamp, both of these planets can feed this research lab, which is immense. Like, just that is a huge amount of science. That would max out the human contributions to the science lab.
The human contributions? What?
Yeah, the human contributions to the science lab. So at the science lab it gets 2 extra science for each water that is delivered. We're currently delivering 2 out of 3 water. It gets 1 additional science for each human that we deliver. And so if we were to turn it into a swamp and then turn the swamp into a colony, then boom. Yeah, it would have to be a colony, I think, because that's what we get on the swamp world that gives us humans.
If we are going to do that, we'll start with the lava to the south rather than the mineral world, because we may have excess humans that want to go into the mineral world. Yeah, especially because it's next to a relic world or remnant world.
It's also worth noting. That it is quite pricey to turn a planet into something else, and we have not got a huge amount of cash right now, and there's nothing stopping us from just sort of skipping forward in time. I mean, this button right in the corner skips us forward to the end of the year, but it's a big waste of time, and this game is hard capped. I mean, we've already gone through 5 years. We're already a fifth of the way through the game, and that's So I don't know if that's the most productive use of our time.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily skip forward unless I was absolutely out of money.
Yeah, I wonder if perhaps we could try and fulfill the Dender mission as well, to get ourselves a little bit of additional wheat production. I wonder if there's sort of a place that we can make that happen.
The
maybe
lava
up here?
planet that's possible as well, but the lava planet that's directly next to the black hole at the center. If we turned that into a swampy area that allows for food production, because swamps do allow for food production, right?
They absolutely do. Yes.
It's just not food. It's the biomass, the green.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what we're gonna need in order to get excess out of the one to the north. That's excess wheat from.
Yeah. Yeah, what will that'll take us up to level 3. I'm just sort of thinking because I don't know where we put the wheat after that. I mean, there's the remnant world, but the remnant world can't consume wheat.
Check that swamp again for a second.
Swamp can do a colony, but then it obviously can't do the biomass. I mean, we could just straight up do a colony here.
Maybe, but undo that swamp transfer, possibly.
Got it? Yeah.
Let's take a second and think about something else, because that seems like that is a long way to get a small dividend right now, and maybe we have other better options.
I do think that long term, destroying this mineral world, destroying this swamp world, getting colonies, and then sort of just saying, screw the short term. Let's think about long term. Let's think about pummeling as many resources into these 2 swamp worlds, or swamp worlds to be, as possible, so that we can just absolutely hit our stride with research and just sort of throw absolutely everything at this lab. I mean, damn the consequences. Let's do it. Let's do a swamp world. But I mean, in saying that, I mean, we don't have the cash to do both of these places, and that would be a huge happiness penalty in the short term in order to sustain these 2 human worlds.
So do the lava planet. Yeah, and then one of the humans from that right now goes out into the research station node up to the top left that we haven't really described yet. No, the one on the far left. We can't afford that yet, but we can exploit asteroids in order to do so. But
that's a very good point, actually. And to be honest, it's been a while since we've exploited asteroids, and we get that bonus as well. So let's do that asteroid and then that asteroid as well. Okay, so you wanna go up here?
Yeah.
I think this is an irreversible action. Not like that should deter.
I believe so, yes.
All right. What do we got?
We already have mineral seeding. We can leave it for now. It's fine. We can come back and use it later.
Wait, do we?
Yeah, we have mineral
seeding.
Did we not?
I think we've got bacterial
seeding. Mineral seeding will use the same planets to do the same thing, right? Yeah, ice ball, desert, and lava, we have the ability to mineralize.
Starts a chain reaction that turns the planet into a mineral-rich world. Oh, I see. So it's going to turn it into a mineral world.
Yeah, okay. Which is literally just one person in for one ore out. It's not great, and there are a lot of them in the galaxy.
Actually, I mean, there's a desert planet right here. If this becomes a swamp, okay, this is like big brain time. If this becomes a swamp eventually,
yes,
and then this becomes a mineral world eventually, then that means that we could pummel humans out of these swamp planets and into a mineral world. I don't know if that's necessarily valuable, but it's probably not that valuable given the context.
Yeah, I'm not sure I see the value immediately in that. Maybe there's value in other areas. You know what? We spent a lot of time looking down here at the bottom of the map. Maybe we need some fresh eyes on the top and see if we can find something else there.
I think that's a good chat. I think going and trying to find some way to expand our wheat production here would satisfy the Dender mission, which would be excellent. I mean, colony perhaps would be good, just if we could find a mineral planet out here, something that gives us ore. We can tunnel that back into the Earth world.
Don't have anything there that gives us ore, unfortunately.
I mean, we could do a little bit of exploring.
Hey, give it a whap.
And then, now that's brilliant, but unfortunately, there is no way that we can actually connect that up because it is obstructed, and that sucks really hard. There's a scrapping operation here at the Remnant World. I hate to use a Remnant World to make ore, but it could happen.
I feel like we may need that microchip is the thing, because look south.
Yeah. Is that a
412?
Yeah, that's a connection. That's a connection that can be made there. I was just checking to see if it's long enough, but that can absolutely happen.
Mm-hmm. Have a look off to the left of the ocean planet at the north, and see. Okay, it can take a wheat in order to start making people. We've got an excess of people on that side anyway, right? We've got 2 free people in the the colony below it.
We do. I'm just thinking, what else? I mean, maybe we just found a brand new wheat planet. We could create a brand new wheat producing world. Jungle Farm, for example, we could do that if we wanted to try and make the microchip connection and then robots into wheat over here. That would give us extra wheats.
Yeah, but we already have
Uh,
extra wheat in the north. That's not what we're missing.
it's true. It's true. I'm just thinking purely in terms of trying to satisfy the current mission, which is very short-term thinking.
It's true. Look at the event for a second though, because like when you get more, the event would be at the node.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yes. When you become familiar with a race, you then have the ability to start utilizing their effects here. So we haven't gotten the Picard
Yeah.
level 1, but also we didn't take the Picard mission, so we're never getting that one, right? Or rather, we get it much later if we go for a second set of missions and
Right.
advance
Yeah.
the
This is locked. Yeah. This is locked.
We have the
I mean, we
ability
could
to.
rebuild. We can do something with this actually. We can rebuild and get robots here, but I don't think that's worth, to be honest.
Is there any adjacency to it that really wants the robots for any reason? There's a Forge World to the south that turns robots into goods, but then we can't use those goods because we've got a slipstreams through.
Correct, right? Correct. I mean, I guess we could use it for the Swamp World, but I mean, it would only be to the Swamp World. That's the only connection that can be made. I guess we gotta think about priorities. Satisfying the demands down here, maybe that's a priority. I mean, we got plenty of money to spend this year. I think we can maybe try and make this area work. All right. So we need to first and foremost get that connection up and running so that we immediately benefit from research. And then wheat and chips. I really hate to use the Forge World in order to produce chips because it just seems so.
Such a waste.
It doesn't seem right. Right.
I mean, you do have the Remnant World right there. Oh no, it's probably not able to be connected.
There's a Remnant World over here. Ooh, actually, it's so close, so close. Yeah, so getting microchips for this planet, if we don't use this Forge World, is, I don't want to say necessarily impossible, because there is a chance that if I explore down here, then we'll find something. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna risk it. Nah, nothing.
Let's use the Forge
here
World
as well.
We're not gonna be able to capitalize on every. Oh my god, really? Well done.
I think that's actually it, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's 100% it. It feeds it back both ways. There's an output of humans on that side and an input.
Wow.
Oh, it's perfect.
Wow. Oh, it's so good. That's like max length as well. We did spend a lot making that slipstream. It's worth noting, I think, that the longer the slipstream is, the longer it takes to construct, as well as the amount of money that it costs to build, which is, I guess, just one of these things. Next is wheat. I mean, there's a couple of options here for wheat, none of which I particularly love. There's an agro world for robots into wheat here, and then there's also an algae farm, which is just objectively worse. So, I mean, this is going to become a goods factory of some sort. Whether it's a goods factory that is consumed by ore, or consuming robots, right? Like that's the the play there, I think.
That seems exceedingly likely.
I will say, good positive though, our research is in a really good place. Like, really good. Like,
yeah, we can, at the end of this year, we'll have the 11 and we can look at geothermic if we were really keen on that, because that's the 11 unlock.
Yeah. Maybe I just do a little bit of expansion down here, see if we can try and find something that will assist the wheat world.
They're really short-range drones, so we don't have to pay too much. Ooh.
We need robots. Ideally, we'd find something that produced robots, which allowed us to feed into the agro world down here.
Hey, oh no. The robot wouldn't be able to connect. I was about to say the one from the node, but it wouldn't be able to get there.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was optimistic about the prospect of that happening as well. And we can do... It's just too far away to...
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's just too far away.
Okay, so let's just like narrow our search. What of the planets can provide wheat to that central colony? Because we are building around that colony right now. So it's the agro world, it's the algae farm. The other one's too far away and is obstructed as well. So it's literally just those two. So...
think that connection is out of range, unless we get a range upgrade. Yeah.
So if those are the only two things that can provide to it, can a swamp make food?
Oh, look at that. That's actually so unbelievably tantalizing.
A little bit tragic, right there.
Goods connection. That is very tragic. Although, that being said, that is a problem that is solved late game when we get slipstream relays, because we're able to route the slipstream around this planet. So maybe we sort of just accept that this place isn't going to have goods for a while, and then we just go robots into algae farm into wheat. it's an option. It's not perhaps optimal, but
If,
at the end of the day,
but if we're not feeding robots into the robot creation, or rather, if we're not feeding the good to make the robot itself, we're still just going to have the same problem a line down, right? Of an unhappy colony. I guess it comes down to how many unhappy colonies are we willing to float? Because I think we're fine as long as we're above 60%, but it does become increasingly dangerous.
Yeah, right. I mean, we're at 98 at the moment, so we are, a step away from perfect, so to speak. But I mean, if you don't watch it, it gets out of control real fast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? Throw those down. I like it.
What am I throwing down?
Yeah, good factory making the robot, and then the robot making the algae farm, and then the algae farm making the wheat.
All right.
Actually, I mean, hang on. We don't need to make the robot, because, like, if we're going to have a hanging end anyway... No, you can connect those too. It's just we don't need to use the Forge World yet. Right? We're just going to have a struggling planet regardless.
That's true. Yeah, I guess we just accept that. I guess we accept that, and that's life. That sucks, but
that's what all the people say.
It is what it is.
Oh, if that became a Gaia world and we took the human from the colony, we could then put the water back down into the original. The only thing is that's making extra microchips, which we don't have any use for. So we may want to explore by scouting around that planet, because that may be like a new hub down at the bottom with the 2 microchips that can be, or more microchips that can be created.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking this is a great place to consider. Oh, I tell you what, I got a game plan here. I got a game plan.
I love it.
So if we get what's it called? Geothermals. If we get geothermals, we can maybe satisfy robots on this world here with energy.
I'm down to clown with that.
And we can actually do it right now as well. This one, yeah. Lava and mineral planets. Ooh, actually, can we? There's not a lava or mineral planet around here.
There's You're right.
Yeah. Yes. The one area that doesn't have an absolute abundance of mineral planets or lava planets is right over yonder.
Hey, can you check things in the vicinity of the planet, the colony that I was, the Earth-like planet rather, that I was intending on joining in? Yeah, can you check things around that vicinity for the ability to use biomass? Can swamps use biomass?
I think that, the Arctic can use biomass to create an Arctic farm. I tell you what, an Arctic farm might not be the craziest thing in the world, because again, we're still searching for those 2 little bits of extra wheat production in order to increase production a little bit. Lava planet into a swamp.
I mean, that makes the Gaia world pretty appealing.
Look, don't get me wrong. I straight up think that this is a great thing to do. I mean, it requires 1 human as an input, and we need to use these humans, and I think this is great. I mean, if we both agree on it, then let's do it.
And then the water gets connected to the remnant world.
And that's more chips, or it will be more chips when we get the export route set up. Yes. But it's just about where the export route actually goes. I mean, geothermals on lava and mineral planets.
That could be the lava planet right there. I don't know what we would be using the energy for there, but we'd have access to it at the absolute least.
I straight up think that geothermals is such a great tech.
Let's do it.
It's just great. I guess we haven't really explained energy or how energy works, but I guess there we go. Oh, that's brilliant. Actually, that's really nice.
So you can see that leaping little resource there. Orbital has the ability to pick that up and take it to any connected planet. And it will just fund any resource that planet is missing, although it gets locked at that point, and then it just is that resource for that planet. Yeah,
and you can scale it up like a normal planet, but you can. It's a little bit more capped, so you can only get 2 as opposed to. I mean, look, we're getting 3 microchips here on level 3, which is kind of nice. I guess we just try and find somewhere for this energy to go.
Yeah. Have a look at that planet that is currently available. So if that took, because we have the biomass coming from the other side, right? So we can use the energy to be either the wheat or the robot. We can generate extra humans down here if we really want to. We should probably look at the planets on the periphery of here so that we know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, I think that's a great call. That's a Forge world. That's
pretty good.
actually really nice, because if that does become a colony, then that actually that might be a little bit far away for a connection. But I was thinking that that could be a good route
Just drag between the two of
those
them.
two places.
Or can you only drag
You
from one that you own?
you can only drag from one that you've owned. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
tell a lie. It's totally doable. So if we do want to do that, then that's absolutely something that we could do.
We could even fund that
So
back into the energy.
I guess a colony is
Let's do it.
good then. All right, and then that's the connection that we want. That's another successful planet. Oh, you love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you love to see it. And then I wonder if we fund this with energy.
Mm-hmm.
If we fund this with energy, there we go. Does that increase our wheat production? No. Unbelievably, it doesn't increase our wheat production.
No, unfortunately, we're generating energy and using it in the place of wheat rather than actually using the energy to generate wheat.
I just wonder sort of if we should prioritize. You know what? Maybe we just create like a little outpost up here just to try and, I mean, even if it uses the remnant world, even if we get, you know, something that increases unhappiness a little bit.
Yeah, let's
I wonder if it's
we're on
worth
97.
Yeah. So I think the correct order of play would be a scrapping operation here into the world, and that gives us extra wheat as long as we can find an export route for that, which I guess could either be a colony or a colony or colony.
Yeah,
by my calculations.
A wild series of choices you have the ability to make that. Like, honestly, any of those taking the wheat and then feeding that person back... Oh, again, I tried to use my mouse. Feeding that person back into the original remnant world, that looks pretty good to me.
So what do you think? Do you want to do north, east, or west?
I think the one that shuts us off from the fewest further things we can do is the east.
I'm going to give you a counterplay and suggest north, because that requires that the one on the colony on the arid world requires water, and we can provide water if we turn this into a Geo world. Gaia world.
And then
it Gaia or is it
Gaia?
Okay. All right. I might do
I'm assuming it's referring to the goddess of the earth, Gaia. Which, you know what? That actually may not be the actual pronunciation, right? It might be like a Caesar Kaiser kind of situation, right? Like
Tsar, yeah. Absolutely. All right, let's do that. So I skipped forward to try and lose a little bit less happiness. That was, I guess, somewhat in vain.
No, it's totally fine.
Okay, so that's all the connections that we were after. That gets us a successful planet. That's really nice. And to be honest, this planet is probably, this planet is like a step away from successful if we can find another export route for humans. But
I mean, that could just be an export route into a lab.
It's true. It's very true. It's very true. But we need another resource.
Yeah, that we really want to be researching a bunch of. We don't necessarily have that at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, but that gets us what?
So
I don't think that there's no way that we can push that wheat number up.
Can we get can we somehow get a good into the planet to
into
the
this
north?
planet here?
Yeah.
I mean, we can do a little bit of searching up here. Ooh,
it's probably too far. If not obstructed.
In saying that, though, there's a geothermal here. There's a geothermal into energy, and we can get chips up at nanotech up here.
Mm-hmm.
So there is definitely a route to do this. Is it worth it? I guess maybe.
I don't know if it's worth it. What are we using? Like, we've already got a person floating in that planet. I was just trying to find.
Right. Yeah.
I
mean, there is definitely a route here, because we can go mine, connection. In fact, no. What am I talking about? That needs to be a geothermal world. So I guess I'm speaking nonsense.
No.
Yeah. So we need it to either be a geothermal or a mine. Yeah.
We're rolling a lot of money at the moment, so we have the ability to start terraforming a bunch of planets. We could relook at that place that was too expensive for us previously. Down here, right?
So turn that into a swamp. Turn that into a colony.
How are we funding the colony parts of it?
The requirements, I have no idea. That's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, there is a remnant world here, so recycling operation takes care of chips, but that still leaves us. I mean, that's a swamp gives.
Oh,
gives wheat, if that makes sense. So we could turn this into a swamp, and then that would provide the wheat into here.
So this swamp we would be using to make people.
This swamp would be people. Yeah, okay. I tell you what, let me do
hang on.
This exploration, and then we'll go to the next year, and then I'll show you what I'm thinking.
Right.
All right. So we do that. We do that. We do that. Fine, we complete the mission, but that's not important. We do that. We do that. We do that. And we do that. And that leaves us with just a need to fulfill robots, but obviously I don't know how that's going to work out.
Can I pitch an alternative?
Hit me.
Okay, so the first planet with the swamp, we make the same action. We turn that into the microchips make people. Cool. And then we have the remnant planet making the microchips.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the...
Connect.
Yep. And then we have the planet, the mineral planet down in the bottom left.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Is that your pitch? Geothermal plant?
No, it wasn't. I have a plan that enables this to become a closed system that just makes extra resources, or at least I had a plan. Can we look at the swamp that's to the right of the remnant world?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is missing wheat as the input, and then the ocean?
I will say that plan which you said wasn't your plan, hypothetically speaking, I mean, if that was your plan,
that was my plan the whole time. We both know it.
Yeah, exactly. I was a way to say, what an ingenious plan, and it leads to everything working completely independently.
Thank you. People often put a negative prefix before calling me a genius.
Oh, there we go. I guess that's just straight up one extra research, which is really nice, in fact.
Yeah, we just need to get one more resource of water in there. Can we generate that with the planet that is dead in the middle of the... Ooh, nice.
There you go.
Can we generate the extra resource with the planet that's dead in the middle of the kind of octagon there?
Yeah, I was thinking that was a remnant world or something. I mean, we just need one extra wheat. That's the real crux of the real crux of the problem right now. I don't even know how we get the extra wheat. I guess maybe we just like try and found like a brand new world that maybe takes. I think is it a Gaia world that
Gaia
takes
world?
wheat? And, yeah, Gaia world that takes humans and produces wheat.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Earth? Is it Earth-like?
I don't think it makes wheat. I think that takes humans and it makes the water and mass.
Yeah. There is definitely something that takes a human and outputs wheat.
Yes.
But I can't. I'm looking for that place and I cannot remember for the life of me what it is. I think it might be an Earth-like.
That's so good. We're not floating too many unhappy colonies at the moment. Should we focus on trying to make something prosperous, or do we want to get that extra wheat before we do anything else?
I think we want to get that extra wheat because I think that we're a couple of steps. I don't think that we're that far away from hitting prosperous. I mean, down here, for example, there's a lot of options.
Let's just use that Forge World to feed the robot for the ocean planet.
Okay. Oh, but then,
yeah, we missed out on God.
Yeah, and I tell you, this is a triangle. This is a triangle that is likely to become prosperous. You know, when you've got 3 planets that are successful, that's, I guess, to me, a good indication that it could be something. It could be something.
Well do.
I just love how this game works. Like, I love how you have to make these tough decisions, you know, between robots. I mean, look, we could just settle like an entirely brand new world up here and then just sort of call it a day.
Totally could. Hang on. Check out that one to the left. It's the previous one you checked. It's an Arctic planet, I believe.
Yeah.
So we have a hanging wheat from down below, and we have a hanging biomass.
Yeah.
So we have the ability to fund that. It would create a triangle. Not that one in particular, because I think that one's actually too far, but the other one, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Okay,
so
let's give it a shot. And successful as well.
It's the other one.
Wrong one. There we go. That's a good shout. But that doesn't create wheat. That just
uses it. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think that there's still there's a robot. I mean,
You could actually take that successful planet and output its water into the remnant planet to the south as well.
yeah, it's a good shout. Good shout. I mean, there's a geothermal plant
Maybe
there. I mean, if
that's
I was,
maybe that's it. We get that geothermal plant, and we have the ability to put the goods into one of those two places. It's just both of those places, the colonies there are generating people. We need to find a way to utilize those people.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I can do a little bit of exploration up here, see if there's anything.
Anything spiced up in that direction? Ooh,
Yeah.
it's a bunch of biomass creation.
A bunch of biomass creation. It's just wheat. Just I really would love. I really would love wheat production. Okay, I mean, here's my pitch. My pitch is geothermal plant on this lava planet, produce robots on this planet, or sorry, produce nanotech on this planet, and then we feed the agro world with wheat with the robots over here.
Where are we getting the robots if you're producing nanotech there?
We're getting the robots from the geothermal. So it's the light.
Oh, right. Okay, so you're right. Okay.
But that still means that we need ore somewhere, and I guess I could do a little bit of exploration up here to see if we can find the ore. But if not, oh god. I mean, I guess I'm kind of happy to. Yeah. I guess I'm kind of happy to leave this unfulfilled just so that we get this mission out of the way, like done and dusted.
Yeah.
We can like look at tier 2 techs, by the way, over here. This is very exciting.
It's a good idea. Enables the Enlightenment project on planets that are established or better. Enlightenment removes the need for goods on it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty pog.
let's have a look at some of the other options, because I think Slipstream Relay is going to be one of the three technologies we're going to want to take here. Harvest on all planets. Destroy planets in the way and stuff like that. We have a lot of ability to turn planets into more useful planets, so I think geoharvesting is probably like a veto.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I will say, though, it is really nice to just instantly get rid of a planet, but I don't really think that we've been coming up against
goddamn Darth Vader.
We've not been coming up with much resistance from those pesky rebels, or much obstruction in terms of slipstreams. So
this is the Star Wars universe if Obi-Wan was never born.
Right? Exactly. Genesis project on planets that are established or better adds 1 unit of biomass on any planet producing water, adds 1 unit of water on any planet producing biomass. Water and biomass are two resources that I really don't understand how to best utilize. I will say that. It's difficult for me to understand that. I understand the sort of ore and how ore feeds into robots, and I understand Forge Worlds and how that sort of feeds into everything. But biomass and water is a difficulty.
That same system, right, that you're thinking about of like you can use ore to make robots to make goods to make the other planets better and things like that. Like it's kind of like a psychic dark ghost normal cycle in Pokemon, right? All of them have an effect against one another that is ridiculous, and they're kind of like almost self-contained.
Right.
Sure, they have the other things that tangentially go outside, but they are more of a circle than any of the other kind of resistances. I would say the same exists for the biomass. The biomass is about creating food, is about creating people, is often a companion to your colonies.
I think you're very right. I think you're spot on. I needed you saying it to make me actually consider that prospect. What do we got? Drilling platforms, robots into ore on mineral, lava, and ice ball planets. That's actually probably pretty useful up here.
Really?
Potentially.
So
no,
I'm negative on it for one big reason. We are making humans ridiculously, and we have the ability to make ore ridiculously. We suck at making robots.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, we're bad at robots.
What's exogenic construction? Reduces structure build time by 1 month. So that gives you obviously the ability to put down more things and take more turns effectively.
Yeah. And then Slipstream Relay, which I to be honest, I think is non-negotiable. I really think that it's that good.
Yes.
Like it's great. It's really unique because I don't think that it's a class specific technology, but it does lead to stream splitting and infraspace mastery, which is a level 3 upgrade, which actually isn't here. Like I think these are the racial level 3 upgrades.
Yes.
But it's really good. Like it's just incredible. It's just so good.
we could consider waiting 2 years and just getting Slipstream Relay, or we could get Enlightenment and just like boost our production everywhere.
I think we go for Enlightenment, honestly, because that's 2 planets that are...
It's more than that, right?
In fact, hold up. Yeah, so if we get Enlightenment on this planet, then that means that we don't need to hold this Forge World, and we can immediately allocate it towards resources, which fulfills the wheat requirement.
Love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, this is great. Okay, so then we do... what do you think? Oh, it has to be... it has to be that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. There's still hope.
Let's go around and do our enlightenments.
Okay, actually let me undo that, because I mean we can't actually supply that with ore. I was ludicrously optimistic that we would be able to supply this very easily with ore, but of course I think I got ahead of myself in thinking that we had an ore planet ready. We can do the enlightenments. We can do the enlightenments now. So we'll do what? Enlightenment here.
Oh, we can pay for all of them then, if they're only 20s. So there's also one just to the east of that?
Yeah. Alignment there. Oh, man. This is, I mean, an immediate boost to pretty much everywhere. And then 2 up at the top here, if I can recall.
Yep.
Boom. That's still established. We still need to find something for these humans to do.
That'll probably end up being a lab with all of the extra planets that are up there.
That's a great shout, especially if we turn this into a mine. Actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, so mine, and then we use minerals in the lab.
But then we would only have one input of minerals. I was thinking more like as we build up to the top left of that colony.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I think you're right. All right, let me hit Enlightenment there.
Love it.
Okay.
Hey, actually, that remnant world right now, if we can get that to successful, it is connected to 3. All of those will become prosperous.
You are a genius. Requires 2 export routes. We need something to do with ore.
Well, I mean, there's a Forge World right there.
That's incredible. I mean, what? Maybe nanotech, because then nanotech will potentially be useful in energy production. Just thinking ahead here.
That's the easy thing that we can do. Let's think of what that will then go into, right, around the near area. Because we need 2 export routes, right, for the rest of the ore that we're going to be getting.
We need one more. We just need one more. So as long as we do something, as long as we choose something here, we're Gucci. We are totally Gucci.
Okay. I do like being Gucci.
Yeah.
Although there is the Arctic planet, I believe, directly to the south.
Yeah.
That has the ability to take in robots and generate water.
Or wheat, which we still need to... I'm really keen to try and get this mission finished off, because we can get level 2 missions, and that would be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it feels like we are pretty late on starting our level 2 missions. That's okay. We've got other runs.
Yeah. I'll do this exploration. Okay, that's absolutely worthless. I was hoping that maybe there was a planet here that could produce wheat or help in the production of wheat, but negatory on that front.
Actually, do me a favor. Colonize the furthest planet out. That one. Oh, you can't do it. Dang.
Yeah.
I was hoping that would just give us a bunch more view, and then we would have the ability to see, like, oh, are there things we may connect to afterwards?
I mean, we can do that. That is what it'll do, and it won't be irreversible unless we send a probe.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think we hedge our bets. I think we hedge our bets with a nanotech factory here.
Sure. I mean, like, worst comes to worst, we might be able to find geothermals.
Okay, nothing is upgraded to prosperous, but that's actually okay. It's just more exports and imports that are required. I think it's 6. So if it needs to become prosperous, it needs 6. Okay, 6 imports and exports.
Well, that swamp planet right there should be able to produce biomass.
Which swamp planet?
The one that you were just clicking on.
Jungle, the jungle. Yeah.
That's able to produce biomass, which would complete the Prosperous for the one in this. Well, actually, wouldn't complete the Prosperous for the one in the center because it's only connected to 2.
It's true. Yeah. I'm trying to think here. I mean, this if we do this here. Oh, what is that? Has to trade. Oh yeah, that's only sorry. Yeah, you're right. It's only connected to 2. That's I see what you're saying.
You have to undo one more step.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. It's like I feel like we're at a really good point. Like we're almost to the point where everything is just gonna absolutely take off and skyrocket. But it's just like there's a couple more actions which we just like need to find. It's so close. It's so close. I mean, this area down here is also looking very good. Like it's juicy. It's juicy.
Can that desert become anything?
The desert here? No, not unless we get is it geo harvesting? Yeah, it was geo harvesting that we could get that would destroy the planet, but there was also the option that we passed up in level 1, which was can't remember for the life of me.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Oh no, hold on. It was this that we packed. Oh, hold on. This has changed. Adds 1 unit of goods on any planet producing robots. Add 1 unit of robots on any planet producing goods. Is that useful?
Let's have a look at some of our connections.
Robots into goods. So we're producing goods here, getting robots here.
Would do nothing. Really. We're getting goods from the planet directly to the north of that as well, producing robots there. I mean, producing robots there means that robot funds the colony, which means the colony doesn't need a robot input.
So what? This is here,
which frees up.
We talked about.
To the north of that.
Yeah,
that's producing a good, so it will produce a robot as well. No, it's not producing a good. Sorry, it's taking good. Never mind. I'm
consuming. Yeah. It's all good. We're producing robots here, so that would produce a good there. But would that make a difference?
Can the planet to the south of that one connected? Can that? If you look at its next level, does it take a good?
It doesn't. I think it's just colonies and also hive worlds. I think so hive worlds take goods as do colonies. All types of colonies and hive worlds, I believe. This is tough, and we still haven't found that pesky wheat. Gosh darn. Man, this is once extra. Okay.
You found it, right? That remnant planet puts a recycling operation down. No. It just connects its one goes directly to the north.
Okay.
Right? And then that gets the extra robot. That robot goes to the swamp the jungle planet to the north of that we haven't inhabited yet. And transfers that into wheat.
That's good. Okay. That gets us level 2 missions, which is very exciting because for various score mechanics, it's pretty important that we do this, I guess. Not necessarily as quickly as possible, but we want to be doing it rapidly, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you see here? What do you see here that you like?
Like the Bakar is obviously
like
the easiest one. I think that's pretty neat. I really wish we hadn't made that Forge World yet, though, because that would have been 3 straight to it. The Forge World to the north that we were trying to do.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Although I think that there's another couple of Forge Worlds. There's another Forge World here. But of course, ore is a problem.
Just a touch. I still think I prefer both of the missions that aren't Bakar, right? And we just line down the things that we're already doing.
Yeah, we tack into the Slithin and the Dinar?
Dender or something? I think it's like Dendra.
Dender.
Yeah.
Dendra and Slithid.
Oh, sorry, I meant like Dendra, as in like the prefix Dendra for of the plant phylum.
Oh, okay. That's news to me.
You know, like a dendrologist studies trees, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you pulling my leg here?
No, I'm 100%. Okay, Google. Define dendrologist.
According to Wikipedia, dendrology or xylology is the science and study of wooded plants, specifically their taxonomic classifications.
There you go.
I mean, you said trees, but it
Wooded
said wooded
plants.
plants.
What is it? Come on, I get no credit around here.
I do love the fact that your Google is it speaks Australian. Like I was not expecting that.
Is it
I was
speaking
not
Australian?
expecting that.
I didn't recognize it in that fashion.
It sounded more Australian than you did to me. Like I know that
that's not a high bar to clear.
I know, but like it just I was completely taken aback. Honestly, it was shocking actually. All right, where are we? We have two colonies that are currently unsatisfied, which I guess we would look to try and clear up. But we can do we can do with relays, probably. Almost certainly we can. I guess like missions, maybe we focus on missions, try and double down on our missions.
Is there any way we can get that extra water to the... No, that's a slipstream, right? It'll get us the extra water to the research station.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That one. We just need the slipstream to be able to connect them.
Correct. That's a shame, actually. That's a real shame. Robots into wheat. Yeah, there's a couple of options here. I mean, that we could do something with this. What is flexible fabrication? Yeah, flexible fabrication is not worth it at all, actually. What if we could have advanced. We could have actually, hold on. We still can undo.
Can we?
Actually, maybe we can't undo missions.
I do not believe so.
That's a great point, actually.
It's more than okay.
What did I undo then?
I think it was the establishment at the very south.
Oh yes, it absolutely was. Yeah, great shout. Thank goodness I did that, and not something more important. Okay, then I guess what do you see our priority as going forward?
You know what I actually think it is? I think it's the very south.
Yeah, okay.
I think we've got that Forge World. We've got the ability to send humans over to the Forge World to start creating things. No, it's ores that use that. It's fine, there's a mineral world.
No, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's totally fine.
So we can go the human to the mineral world in a mine and then start funding this. We can I was actually thinking of making robots there. And then sending the robots over to the geothermal plant to the left and making more energy.
Okay, for the purposes of what? I was purely thinking in terms of trying to accomplish this research objective, which we can do if we get double Forge World with... well,
screw it, let's do that then.
Sensors. I guess it's 6.5 a dozen, but I mean, we're still gonna be stuck with a whole bunch of unused chips over here. I wonder if there's like an energy place.
Well, I mean, geothermal plants turn the chips back into energy is the thing.
It's true. If there's a geothermal plant down here, that would be perfect.
Another Forge World.
Nice.
I think we use those remnant planets at the south in order to make the ore, and then we make those other ones, the ones that we already made. So, actually, we can't undo that one. We can save the planet, the mineral planet, off to the left to make a geothermal vent at the absolute least.
Okay. Geothermal vent. That's a new one, but yes, I appreciate the sentiment.
Sorry, I'm just getting echoes of the Off-World series.
Right? Okay. So that becomes geothermal. That becomes nanotech. You know what? Let me go through the motions here. So this goes into that, and then this goes. That's not straight up the mission completed.
It's true.
It's not colonized, but I mean, even that is just like is done. That's the mission completely accomplished. So that goes geothermal. In fact, there might even be a way. Yeah, there is. Okay.
Do you want to?
All right,
really?
that's cheeky, but I mean it's possible. I mean, we don't have to. We don't have to.
No. I think it's totally fine. It's just we may want to check out some of the other planets around that area.
I think that's a good call. Because if there's anything that produces humans here, it would probably be more efficient. For example, like this, a hive world, right? Like if we make that connection, then it's In fact, we don't even have to necessarily do this. I think that maybe we do a little bit of extra exploration over here, see if we can find
Good shot.
something that produces wheat.
Neither of the remnants are going to do that.
Yeah, it does, but I don't. I mean, we're like so far from the center at the moment that I'm a bit worried. I think that we just complete this sort of loop here.
Yeah.
That would be my preference anyway.
I like it.
All right, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. And we have another geothermal. Oh, we have another geothermal here, I guess.
We could make that geothermal and then use that to... I mean, Orestestes can actually take enlightenment right now, yeah?
Yeah. What do we need? 2 import routes and 2 export routes?
So it literally just... Well, I mean, it can't have another import route at the moment, so it just needs to export humans, I guess?
Yeah. There's an export over here. That's a thing.
Oh!
That's
2 energy!
Wow.
Yes!
Okay. I mean, I guess maybe into there and we robot more energy.
Wait, look, this is actually making successful systems though, right? If we turn that middle one into a geothermal plant, we can also take the microchips from above and we can try and make this a network with all of that energy that is just a bunch of prosperous planets.
So what, water there? That gets us extra ore. Then here. And then robots.
Yeah, because it's real hard for us to make robots.
And then...
Down there, at least.
Oh,
so that needs another export.
Requires a second import.
Yeah, second import route of... Well, actually... no, that's not going to work.
I mean, we could do that. Like, that would... I mean, I'd undo that. But we could just straight up drag energy up there, and that makes that successful.
So then what are we missing for, like, one of these to become prosperous? How do they pop?
Okay, all right. Turns out that geothermal plants cannot pop to prosperous. This one can, but this one needs more import routes, and it needs to be trading with a successful. So if we were able to get this to successful via an export route, then
I mean,
that
it's got a
would
forge
satisfy the
route directly next to it, and that takes... Sorry, yeah, it's got the forge world that will take the ore.
Yep, that's absolutely true. Goods or... What do you think? Goods or robots?
Check the remnant world to the south. That also takes people.
Also, hot darn.
Oh,
it's... I think it's time.
Click the button.
Okay. And then that immediately allows the construction of this, right?
Beautiful.
So that's 7 science, and that's... Is that as much as we can realistically get?
I think that is the most you can get out of that. Like, zoom into it. I think we're done. Yeah, researchers and water at maximum.
Wow. I've never seen that before. That's really quite impressive.
It's quite well done.
Wow. I mean, we can now satisfy the robot requirement over here. Wait, hold up. What if robots here, slipstream relay... Can we? I don't know. Maybe we can do another slipstream relay and then into that robot world. It really sucks because we are dividing everything up.
Exactly. Yeah, it cuts the worlds in half.
I'm trying to think about what would be beneficial. I mean, alternatively, this is a wild one. Scavenger world here, fed by the energy, provides the humans across to robots. Slipstream out into there. That provides the robots to the wheat world.
So wait, if I have a slipstream, can I send an extra slipway out of it and like split the branch?
No, not unless you have stream splitting. In fact, no, I don't even know if that necessarily does it. I think it might just increase the number of slipstreams you can chain together.
Actually, just go to the slipstream that we have and see if you can drag another path off of it. Not yet.
No, too many connections.
Okay, so yeah, that would be the split.
Yeah. I think you're right. That's pretty exciting though that we can do that. I'm just trying to think, like, our happiness is fine. It's just a little bit low. And there's no humans around here, are there? Ugh, that's...
I think our core focus right now has to just be like focus on our concentrations of successful planets, make something prosperous.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I mean, I think that our best chance is up here somewhere, especially now that we've got slipstream relays. So what is it? This one, we need 6 imports and exports. And to be honest, we just need more export, really.
2 exports.
Yeah. And there's nothing. There's like anything up here. Nope. 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 Man, there is not a lot of uses for ore around these parts. I mean,
Doesn't seem to be, no.
I'll do a little bit of exploration out here, perhaps, see if that nets us anything. That's
Remnant World?
not useful. Not useful at all. Only consumes humans. It's tricky. It's a tricky one. Alternatively, this. But that's only connected to 2. So we either need to pog this one up.
Well,
Or
no.
pog this one up.
Oh, yeah.
Or pog this one up.
Yeah, it's
It needs
those
to be
three.
one of these 3. Yeah.
Let's look at the one in the very center, the one that's landlocked. Sorry, yeah,
yep.
that one.
Yep.
That's 2 exports. How the heck does that get 2 exports when it's already adjacent to all of those things?
I'll tell you exactly how. Mine.
Yeah.
Mine and then research lab.
Sure.
Research lab. Mine. Prosperous. Into there. And that creates another successful planet and gets us a little bit of extra research. It's not much, but it's a little. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
It's better than a slap in the face of the wet fish. And now that that's prosperous, that's giving us loads of money and also giving us loads of score as well, which is kind of exciting. I guess, can we chain any more prosperous planets?
Yeah, that
into
literally just
here?
needs an import of a of algae,
bio. Yeah.
which is hard to get from that planet. Is there anyone around there that does that? No, not really.
There is here, but like that's
Not gonna be able
that's
to reach.
such a shame because we can do that with the tech. I mean, what is it? It's infraspace mastery, right?
Yep.
So if we get another level 2 tech, which we can do now actually, so we could theoretically pop this, get flexible fabrication, which is meh at best, fair enough. It would mean passing up on a whole bunch of good stuff,
Right.
but it would mean that we get it now, and it would mean that we were able to immediately try and get infraspace mastery, which allows all of our streams to cross, which would be pretty powerful. I'm just conscious of the fact that we are very close to the end of the game. I mean, we've got like less than a third, less than a quarter, I think, of the game left. I'm just thinking, what's best? What's best?
Let's look at the other unexamined planet that could have become prosperous up in that north.
Yeah, so this one.
Yes. So that's 2 exports of ore.
Yeah. I mean, we can do that. But there's nothing.
Well, I mean,
Maybe we
one
can't
of
do
them
that,
could
actually.
be, again, just a lab that takes ore and a person from somewhere.
That's a connection there.
Ooh.
That's a connection there. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and then we just need 1, right?
Yeah.
But where? But where?
It's a good point.
Needs
well
to be.
made.
It needs to be, I think, an input. I mean, can we even find an input? Water, robots into water, and then into there. I mean, that would get it. That would get it across the line. But now we're out of robots, which is. Although, no. But yes.
We don't have an
no.
excess of people down in that direction, though.
No. So that is like so tantalizing because it would get us what we're after, but at what cost? But at what cost?
Indeed. Can we check that planet that's like left of the Arctic in the leftmost part of the screen at the moment?
Yeah, we can check these 2 planets over here.
That makes biomass.
That does make biomass. Oh,
And then with the
to get
slipstream
into
that
here.
can get in there, yeah.
And I tell you what, a Forge World as well, which is the robots. That's kind of exciting. I kind of like that.
It's one way to do it. Certainly.
Okay, let's see. Mechanized harvest.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So if you're gonna slipstream it above that planet in the middle.
Okay. All right. I'll build the slipstream first. And then, what did you say? Mechanized harvest.
Yes.
Sure. Okay, that's good.
That's how
a-
prosperous. So
that's a prosperous.
we've then got the water from that planet can also come out into the one at the south that yes still has an input going.
Yep.
That's another
Nice.
another successful. Maybe we should have put that slipstream to the south actually. Leave that planet accessible by other things.
I don't think that it's super important. I mean, it's pretty meh, to be honest. Like, we don't need any of these
Fair enough.
resources, and we've not got an excess of any of them around this part anyway.
Right.
We don't have any extra wheat on our wheat world. We don't have any extra biomass yet. I think we just need to find something that produces ore over here, or something that allows us to feed robots in here. Because I'm just conscious of the fact that
Right.
if we could polish off some of these unhappy planets, then that'd be great. Also, we are miles away from achieving our wheat goal.
I don't know if we're doing that.
The problem with not doing it is that is a big score penalty at the end.
Okay. So I think we're doing that.
Which-
We just have to find a way to.
I mean, people. We can get people here.
Yeah, we can get the people
me.
from that, and we have an input of the micro from the place that we just made into a successful area,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we just need
okay.
the input of the wheat, and then that'll make the people that will give us the ability to forge, go to the remnant world in order to make the resources that then go to the forge world in order to make the robots.
Okay. So we do this connection. What did you say? We needed wheat from somewhere.
Yeah, just need wheat from somewhere. It's our only thing.
Wheat from somewhere. We'll worry about that in a second. Okay.
Sure.
So then people into ore.
People
right?
into ore, yep, and then ore into
And then
robots. Although
Or into.
this is just like adding an extra step. We didn't need to do this. It could have been people into robots, right? And then we just completely leave the Forge world by itself. But the Forge world's real value is creating those goods, and we already have the ability to enlighten our cities, so we don't need it to do that.
It's true. You're actually spot on. So then that's going to need to be slipped. Also, I'm conscious of the fact that we're being offered a tech. I guess we maybe take something right now. Unlocks drilling platform, robot into minerals.
Do we? So if we go back to your original plan, and at the end of this, you, like, take the level 2 tech from the building that we previously still haven't taken anything from.
Yeah.
And then at the end of this year, we will have enough to buy the slipstreams going through our slipways.
Oh yeah, hyper infraspace mastery.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what we do. I think that's what we do. Upgrade for slipstream relay. Yeah. So I guess we do that now then.
Yep.
But it does span 2 months. It's a
That's-
long time.
It's totally fine.
All right, let's do it. And then that.
Wait, we
what?
have to
That's
wait
a
until
free tech.
Oh, okay. Maybe undo that then.
It's
Oh no! It literally just unlocked the ability to do that.
so it doesn't even purchase it. Okay. All right.
Ooh.
Well, I guess then we absolutely turn this into robots, and then we just feed the robots into here, and that satisfies the problem, and we never need to think about it ever again.
Sure.
All right. You want me to slipstream on the inside or the outside of this forge world?
Well, I mean, that Forge world hasn't really got the ability to feed back into the middle in any useful fashion, so... Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right. All right. Good. Easy peasy. All right. Slipstreams are going to be a little bit more expensive because the slip space is overloaded, but I mean, who actually cares? Because we have a functionally infinite amount of money at this point.
Exactly.
Right. So that's fine. That's fine. That's good. Wheat or robots and biomass. A shame because there is like maybe something that could be
actually,
done there,
hang on, no, go for the robots making wheat.
Yeah, Arctic Farm.
Yep, and then go for the other one being the humans. Yep.
Yeah, this one here.
Mhm.
Okay.
So then we have the wheat export from that into there, and then we have the humans going up into the previous planet.
Okay, but humans aren't supposed to go here because they don't need to go because that's the output.
Yep, this is just a flex on them. Undo everything I just did.
It's honestly, it's so easy to do, right? You're like input, output, output, input, input, output. It's
Exactly. They're just a digit away from one another.
I think we gotta go. Do we do stream splitting? or something. I feel like we should press level 2.
Let's quickly
as
look
much
at
as we
the
can.
top expensive ones again, just for a second. Exogenic construction, if you could.
Okay. Structure build
Uh,
time?
Don't care. Drillbots? Don't care.
Maybe. Yeah.
Also don't
Genesis
care.
Prod.
Like it's
yeah.
fine, but we would have had
Yeah.
to like take it earlier and plan around it. This stream
Harvest
splitting,
action.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it's got the most utility. Although, if that's the case, are we able to get infra space if we take stream splitting? Like, we might not be able to take.
Ooh.
We might not be able to take infra space. I'm gonna assume that we can.
Yeah, just click the button, and then if we can't, we undo the button.
Yeah, we totally can. Okay, that's totally fair. So can we? Yeah, we can totally like draw another path from our relays now, which is very cool. I like that a lot, actually.
So much extra stuff we can do.
Yeah, I wonder if there's. I don't think that there's anything that we specifically need to do with it right now, but maybe that's just.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Okay, so humans over here, wheat over here. I mean, we have the ability to make wheat with monoculture. Is there any way? 2 import routes, a second import route of robots. That's not going to happen. Any way that we can output biomass in any meaningful sense?
That's biomass
okay, I see a
humans.
path there.
Yep.
Yeah, I see a path. So if we do that there, this here, I suspect you were seeing the same thing, weren't you? And then maybe inside, outside. What do we want here?
Let's go.
I think outside, because then, well, actually, no, we're not even going to be able to fulfill that water requirement. We're not going to fulfill that robot requirement anyway.
Whoa. Hang on. For a second here, though. Look at that mid-planet again.
Yeah.
No, sorry, not that one. The one that's to the south, the uncolonized.
Okay, this one here?
Yes. So that will give us, with a wheat and a biomass, will give us 2 humans. That actually forms a circuit down there, right? The 2 human output goes down to the south, making the biomass. The biomass feeds back into it.
You're a genius. You're a genius. And you know what? It can also be enlightened as well for absolutely free.
Hell yeah.
For functionally very little. And then we just need something to do with these humans if we want to get it up to successful. But I mean, I don't really think that it's a priority. I kind of want to. I mean, we need to try and solve this.
Can you just take those humans and take them to the central, like the human water making? Oh god, it's just that one.
Yeah. Wow,
Prosperous.
You are a genius. That is incredible.
Okay.
This is actually so exciting. This is the point in the game where things are going so well that I always don't want to look at my score because otherwise it's going to spoil it for the end, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't want to click that. I don't want to click that button. I mean, so what else do we need to solve? What are the problems that are remaining? We only have one unhappy planet, I believe.
It's
right?
true. It's that one right there. Let's look at our hanging unhappy planets and try and see if we can fix those. So that would be creation of humans using wheat. There's also the remnant world directly above it. Sorry, the mineral world directly above it. Which, that could create a randomized resource.
Or
like,
geothermal
yeah,
plant?
if it's a geothermal vent, that could literally just hook into that planet and take humans and give back.
Needs chips first. Interesting. So it's locked until we provide chips.
I mean, we can provide the chips. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. For either like from here or from. I mean, where do you think? I guess maybe this one, as it's closer to becoming potentially prosperous.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, let's do that over there. That up there. That in there, and drag the energy. Bada bim, bada boom. That's everyone.
There's an excess water that can get fed into that already right now.
Absolutely correct. Oh my goodness! Look
Second
at
prosperous.
that. That's another prosperous. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 prosperous planets. I also feel like this circuit down here, as memey as it actually is, like I feel like it's so close to becoming prosperous, dude. Like it's so close.
Let's figure that out, right? If you take the planet to the north of it and literally just connect that up to the geothermal vent directly above it.
Yeah. What do we need? Has to trade with 3 other planets that are successful. Okay, so it needs 1 more export or import. And
it
then
needs
it
one more
also
successful
needs
planet.
correct one more successful planet. Can we make this successful? 2 export routes somewhere. I mean, we could just throw this into sure that whatever, and now we just need 1 export or import.
Oh, I mean, that can literally it can just export to the planet you just made.
It's wow, what a brain. What a freaking brain. That's incredible. What about this planet here? Oh yeah, we can't upgrade these geothermal plants. But this one's close as well. Yeah, I mean, if this was able to become
maybe scout out to the side,
then...
we might be able to do that.
Wow, that's hot garbage, actually.
Yeah,
that's,
really rough. How about to
the
one up to the kind of like slight north of that?
Yeah. Geothermal-ish.
I mean, we can fund that with the excess ridiculous amount of microchips we have around there. It's just what are we doing with the excess from that too?
Yeah.
Guess there's no reason
I mean,
not to.
103 happiness and robots, I guess, there too.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. So what do we need? 2 export routes. We need something else for robots to do. I unfortunately don't think that robots are going to do anything here. I also don't really think that as much as this is, making us wealthier, I think that solving our wheat problem would be a bigger priority. I mean, maybe if we can find a planet down here that produces wetland farm,
uses robots.
Uses robots. It's literally, as I was saying it. Also, is this infraspace? We gotta take infraspace, right?
Yep.
All right, let's do that. And there is one planet, I think, specifically, which that would apply to. Okay, what am I looking for? Yeah, we're looking for more wheat production. I'm trying to think of all of the planets that could really be chained together in order to produce. We're 2 years away to produce wheat.
What can be added to that swamp planet right now?
The ocean planet down here.
No, the swamp planet, the one that you just built on.
Yeah. It's 2 export routes, and then we need biomass as well.
That's so much creation you have to do for that.
Right, and creation takes time, which is the problem. I almost feel like finding another planet like this, finding another swamp-like planet, would be great. I mean, even like a monoculture farm, something that we're able to, alternatively,
you can also turn that
into
into a swamp. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just robots. Okay, you know what?
Yeah, do it. There's a remnant world near there. We can do that.
Yeah, I think that's the play here. So that's wheat. That's okay. So that's 7 wheat. So all we need is 1 additional wheat.
The remnant world there should have the ability to provide the
chips.
There's a human connects into that, and then it provides the chip, and then we get the extra wheat, and we're done.
I don't think that gives us the extra wheat because we'd still need the biomass in order to bump it up to 3.
Oh,
it's chip and at the moment it's producing 2, I think.
Right. Okay. So it's already producing. Yeah. Right. Good.
Yeah, I believe so. So we need to find just 1. Can this produce more than 3 robots?
Okay.
Actually, hold up. This is a thing. This is a thing that we can do. So this is going to be interesting. I think we can do algae farm here. Mission complete, which is excellent. We finished the missions off, which is brilliant.
We
also
have new missions available though as well.
We also have new missions available. However, given the time scale, can we do it?
That is a great question. Get one more forge. Let's look at our forge worlds and see if we have any that are on the verge of prosperity.
Okay, so we got this one, which requires.
Yeah.
Okay, hard now.
No. Hang on. Maybe you're onto something here, right?
Or we have. What am I talking about? We have cross streams.
Connect. Just connected to the one that's to the south of it right now.
Right over there. You mean?
Yep.
Yep. We can actually do. I'm not going to do it before I do the.
You can undo
that,
right?
That's a great question.
You can't undo the mission.
Yeah, okay.
You can undo this.
Yeah, I can undo this. But I have to build a infraspace, right? In fact, no. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
That. Oh, that.
And then
okay,
that's prosperous. That's a forge world as well. So we literally just do that.
That's hilarious. Okay. I guess
we have to
do
accept
we wanna
two, don't we? You can up to 2 if
No?
you want. So we
Yep.
can just accept that. Or
I think this, though,
we
right?
can totally do that.
Yeah, we got to. I think that's what we do. Okay.
Boom.
That's incredible. That is incredible. Okay, and then increase production of.
There's a geothermal. Wait, hang on. We need a geothermal vent that's just floating.
Here?
Yeah.
Well, this
screw
yeah,
it.
this
I mean,
might
we can
actually
just do
work.
that.
Hilarious.
Boom.
Absolutely hilarious. Okay, that's just free as steam out of absolutely nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Get 2 more Forge Worlds to Prosperous?
Increase the number of
prosperous
by 3. So yeah, this is where you really go off if you're Let's have a look around at how many geothermal vents we have that aren't full level, right? Because we can mostly get those to full level relatively easily. So that one's not on full level.
Yeah. This one's not on full level, needs extra resources.
Okay. There's one to the north as well. It's just middle of the there you go.
Yeah. Also robots.
There's another one off to the side of that too. That's 3.
Also robots.
How many days do we have left? Or years?
Wait, what is this? Is it
months? Maybe even?
Is this geothermal? No, we need
it's the Dakar one. Increase the
Oh,
total production
yeah,
of
oh,
energy by
sorry,
3
yeah,
units.
yeah.
We just identified 3 that would do it. But let's look at how much time do we have left?
I think this is the last year.
1 month until the end of your year and 1 year until the end of your term.
Yeah.
If we commit one more action, do we end?
Yep. Okay, I'm not gonna look at the score yet. So we have 1 single last action.
Okay.
Apparently.
So we
Unless
can't
one
take
of-
either
one
of the
of
missions then. We're not going to make 3 more anythings with a single action.
Correct.
So postpone or
Correct.
decline.
Yeah, okay. Let's I'll click postpone there. Okay. I don't think that there's anything else that actually needs to be fixed. I think ending now would be
It would be totally
completely
fine, but we
acceptable.
may be 1 action from making something prosperous here. So let's just have a look at the likely targets for the prosperity and see if we have the ability.
the real shame is that we haven't been able to utilize our infraspace relay at all, which is a bit of a shame because I think that there's something in here. Like I remember something up here potentially leading to prosperity. Is it maybe I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
Well, I mean, we
Oh,
can,
it was this.
we
yeah.
can assess and analyze it
Connection
right
here.
now. Would that do it?
It would. No, it wouldn't. But it would supply biomass to the wheat farm here. I don't know why I thought that would create a prosperous planet, but there you go.
Okay, so there's
anything else?
the planet directly to the north of that one that you just identified previously.
Yeah, what, this one here.
No, to the south of that.
Okay,
Across. Sorry. There we go.
that one.
This one, what's this missing?
This is missing a single export route.
So
or a single
literally,
import
if
route.
there's anything that can, there's nothing within range that it can take that to.
There's also a big old limit on the time. Like if I was to colonize a planet and then drag a slipstream, I'm pretty sure only 1 action would be allowed.
Yes.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think necessarily ending with this number of prosperous planets is bad. I think it's very, very strong.
Honestly, I could send it. We're not going to increase our score a ridiculous amount right now by the single month.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. You need exports. I mean, what's the last action though? Like we need. I guess we could exploit an asteroid, but that just seems like a complete waste. Oh, what about this? There we go.
Yeah.
Sure. Successful planet. Wow. That 4 stars, dude, is the highest that I have ever achieved.
Mhm.
That's the highest I've ever seen by a country mile.
What was your
That's-
highest individually by yourself?
I think it was about 9,000 something,
Uh-huh.
or
So that'd
maybe
be
even
3 stars?
8,000 something. Yeah, that's 3 stars. I've never seen 4 stars. We are A.
We were on the verge of the 5th
know.
star as well.
I know. And you know what? I think it's all about happiness, to be honest. I think it's all about like keeping your happiness high, making sure that every single good has got somewhere to go and is receiving all of the right goods and whatnot. Because that just gave us free. I presume that it gave us free score because we were 104% happiness. So
Yes, I have to imagine so. Especially
That's
because,
really
like,
nice.
look at all of the previous numbers add up to a 0 at the end. So the multiplier of 104% is what gave us the odd number. Oh, well, not odd number, but the not 0.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's really good. So 23 established planets, 19 successful planets, and 6 prosperous planets. Wow, we actually had more successful and prosperous planets than just regular established planets, which I also feel is quite good.
Yeah, it means our infrastructure was quite well connected.
And once we got going with the missions, we were collecting that esteem like it's nobody's business.
That's something to keep an eye towards in the future for us, right? Is gunning down the line of the missions faster. I think you're 100% right on that.
Yeah. Wheat is a difficult one, though. As I say, like the whole biomass, water, wheat route is just unknown to me. I'm much more comfortable with the other stuff. And then empire-sized colossal. I have no idea how this works, but
well, I mean, that's literally just the size of our map, right?
Yeah. What I mean by that is that I don't know how far this goes up. I don't know how much this can increase. I don't know what's after colossal. I don't know. I don't know if this is worth prioritizing. I don't know.
We've got a lot of concentration in the middle of the map here. What if we just built real long, just like a straight line down, a conveyor belt?
Right. Exactly. I mean, that might be a strategy, to be honest.
It may well be. We do not yet know. Oh, this has been an absolute pleasure.
This has been brilliant. Ladies and gents, on that note, we're gonna wrap this one up. This has been a bit of a long one, but it's been this was a tremendous amount of fun, Rhapsody. I had a
could not agree more.
This was really, really good. And you know what? I think this is a pretty respectable score for a first attempt. So I don't think that we should be too disappointed with this at all. Right. Well, on that note, ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for watching. Check out Rhapsody's channel, linked down in the description below. Thank you ever so much for watching. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Adios.